Hello! Oh, I'm not visible. Why? Why not? Why not? Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm actually gonna be switching to a different microphone, and I'm gonna see if this works because I tested it yesterday, but for some reason, I don't think it's working. So why isn't it working? Literally tested it yesterday. Oh, okay. I think it's maybe working now? Hold on. I don't think it is. What's going on? Why isn't it working? Sorry. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Both are lit, so now I just have to do that, and maybe it's fine. Okay. I don't know why it's not thinking. Wolf Tracks, hello, welcome in. Hi, Zonkenmon. Sorry, head pat in spirit today. It's not registering as a sound source. Why not? I tested it last night. And when I tested it last night, it was fine. Why today of all days is it not working? Sorry, guys. So strange. Is it not registering? Why isn't it registering as a microphone? Maybe... no. One moment. Sorry if you guys hear, like, some sound. What is happening? Why is it not connecting? It literally, guys, the craziest thing is this worked yesterday. Sorry for me not explaining. What is this except not a real VTuber stream? I mean, it recognizes the device, but it's not sorry, hold on. It's not. Why? Sorry, guys. Being rude? How dare? Yeah, how dare? Why isn't it working? I literally am super confused because it's registering right here. Do I need to turn up the volume? That's not it. I don't... Do I need to, like, reset it? It would... Hold on. Okay. What if I just turn it off? And then I turn it back on, right? That's usually how most things get resolved. You turn it off, and then you turn it on. By the way, you guys, how have you guys been? Has it been a good day for you? What's been up? Okay. Okay. Please register. Is it like because it's too far away? Maybe it's not picking up the signal? Sorry, guys. Okay, so what's happening is I realized that I was gifted a set of wireless microphones, right? Like over Christmas, my tech friend Ash was like, I'm not using these anymore. We used to use them for D&D, but he wasn't using them anymore. So he was like, yeah, you can definitely use it for your, you know. Okay, it's not working for your streams. And I think it was more intended for, I think it was more intended for cooking streams. Hold on, what if I plug it into how it was plugged in before? Like right here, I had plugged it into my computer. Sorry, that was my computer noise. But this one goes to the computer, this one goes to this. Okay. All right. Okay. What's happening is the wireless mic, the receiver, keeps blinking. And it's almost like it can't connect to this device. Like it's having a hard time establishing the connection, I think. And I can't get it to work. I can't get it to recognize this microphone, I think. If I just turn it up. Hello? No. It's not. I don't know what's wrong. I tested this yesterday. And I don't know what's wrong. Perhaps I should have taken this out before stream and like tested it out. But for whatever reason, it doesn't want to play nice with me. Why? What is the reason? What is the reason here? What is happening right now? Last night, I plugged it in. Sorry, guys. I need it to be the microphone slot. Plugged it in. I grabbed both of these out at the same time. I plugged this in. And then I plugged this in. Okay. And this should now work. Why doesn't it work? It like sounds great when it works, by the way. Like it sounds fantastic. But I can't for the life of me now, I can't figure out why it's not working. How do I troubleshoot this? How can I get this to work? Okay. Usually, if you just hold and press things enough, it'll usually, you know, fix itself, right? Like turning it on. By the way, how has your Thursdays been, you guys? Hopefully your Thursdays have been better than mine. What is happening? Why is it doing that? If I touch this button and touch this button. Did it just decide not to work today? Why? What if I plug it into a different space? How can I get you to register this microphone. We're supposed to be doing calligraphy today, by the way, you guys. It was supposed to be a comfy, cozy stream. But right now, maybe if I just like remove this, delete this, and then add it back in as a audio input, wireless mics. No, it's still... Can I like click this at the same time? Will that work? I don't know. Whatever's happening, it doesn't like it. Hold on. I'm gonna look up... Sorry, guys. I was banking on this working. I'm gonna look up real fast the, I guess, make and model of this. And what the buttons do, because I don't quite understand what the buttons are supposed to do here. Okay, so we have a transmitter and a receiver. We have some cables. Transmitter, receiver. Okay, one on the receiver. Okay, so receiver, this is the indicator. 2 is the built-in microphone. 3 is the power button. 4 is the pair, hear, clear noise, canceling button. 5 is the mounting clip, and 6 is the charging contact and Type-C port. Okay. On the receiver, we have a Type-C port, we have pair, volume up button, mode switch, volume down, mode switch. What's mode switch? Mode switch. Don't quite know. Down button, power button, camera interface port, power indicator, mounting clip, charging contact. Okay. There's an indicator inside and outside the case. Okay. Then the TX and RX automatically turn on and pair with each other out of the box. Okay, we are connecting it to the computer. So we manually pair, hold pair of the TX. That's the transmitter. And then hold pair button for 3X to pair. Okay, so on the... What's the TX again? TX is the transmitter. Okay, so hold on the transmitter first. Okay, hold for 3 seconds. 3. Does it do anything after that? Okay. And then hold the pair button. Okay. Does that mean it's automatically paired? Princess became even flatter than usual. Hello, I'm trying to figure out some technical difficulties. Not sure why, like, yesterday it was working, but today it decided to poop itself. And now it's not working. Turn off, press the pair clear on to turn off noise cancelling. 3 volume level settings on the RX, low, middle, high. The volume level of the device is set to middle by default. Press the pair volume up button on the RX, increase volume and mode switch to decrease volume. Long press mode switch to switch modes. Green, static light, indicates camera mono mode. Blue static light indicates Phone mode or camera stereo, depending on device connected. Long press. Okay, so green means static light indicates phone mode or camera mono mode. Camera mono mode. Oh, for some reason, it's working now. Okay. Maybe that's what I needed to do. Okay. Let me turn down the receiver just one. Okay. I think if I... Okay, one more. Maybe too quiet. No, I think this is fine. Okay. Okay, I think I figured it out. I figured it out. I'm a genius. I'm a smarticle. I'm a capable, independent woman. Okay, you guys, do I sound okay? Does this sound softer? Do I need to bump up my volume? Because right now I'm using a different microphone. So tell me now before I need to run back to my computer, because I'm gonna switch to my side desk that has my calligraphy. And if it's too soft, it does look a little too soft. Whoop! Oh, it just fell off the thing. Okay. All right, is this better? I think I'm hitting, maybe medium is good. Okay. Sorry for all the technical difficulties, I promise. I definitely test ran this yesterday and it was fine. So the fact that it's acting up on me now is slightly stressful, but I think we got it figured out. Yeah? No one's saying anything, so I hope I got it figured out. I hope the microphone is clear. It is a wireless microphone, so I'm gonna move over to my desk setup. Ta-da! Moving over to my desk setup. You know what? Maybe I should fix the camera though. Okay. I think that's the only thing that I can do. I think it's just gonna look kind of dark. Apologies. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna turn on the light. Wait, Scuff! Okay, sorry, I'm back. Scuff, can you at least like tell me if it sounds okay? We expect technical difficulties, but we love you for it. Okay, you sound fine? Okay. It doesn't sound worse than usual. I think that would be like the biggest thing. Because I'm using wireless microphone. I'm using a wireless microphone right now. And I cannot, this is like all I have, you know? Okay, I can track the volume. Make sure I can see it. I can track chat. Probably not the best judge, but you sound fine. Okay. All right, thank you for the feedback. Okay. We are going to practice today. And if you guys saw, Yam started a new challenge for everyone. It's the Go Touch Grass challenge. But a nicer way to say it is Analog August. So Yam is encouraging everyone to go do some hobbies that require you to, you know, reconnect with yourself a little bit more, be offline a little bit. I mean, I'm streaming it, so I'm not offline completely, right? But as much as you can, try to disconnect and do something that is more, you know, tactile. Literally touching grass now and a lot of dirt. Sorry, condolences. I did want to run through what we've been going through this past week. We, as in me, really. I know you guys haven't really been doing this. But I have. and I want to practice to make sure that I have all the right foundation. And then today we were gonna get into uppercase letters. Okay, so we're just gonna go through the basic strokes, which is just doing like this. Very simple. Let me make sure I have good posture because I do need to have good posture. And then I think as like an exercise for myself, I'm going to be going back over this with a red pen because I am a freak and I like, you know, grading myself. Like the freak that I am. Just to make sure that I completely know where my problem spots are. Because, you know, sometimes the lines aren't exactly at the right angle. And I just want to be more mindful of what I'm doing. Like, not just to do it, right? But like to also practice and engage myself in the activity. Perfect. We could have done better, I think, but that's okay. That's okay. We've been behind you the whole time. You didn't notice? Uh-oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice. Also, I think I got bit by a bug, but you can see it's been so inflamed all week. Okay, the next one, it looks like this. So, yes, I think that's correct. Okay. I think I need, okay, so this needs to follow the curve more. There we go. Follow the curve. Okay. But is there any hobbies that you guys want to like reconnect with this month? Especially ones that are more like analog in nature. I know I definitely want to get back into, so not super analog, but I haven't been uploading my ASMR stuff as consistently as I should. So I do just want to like get back into doing that and recording covers and practicing more violin, of course. Always practicing violin. Go back to my model kits? Yeah, and like the whole point of the Analog August was you don't have to do like a new thing every day, right? The whole point is to relax and to, oops. The whole thing was meant for people to relax. So if you want to do like one project for the entire month and just like, you know, share your progress, I think that would be really fun for people to see. Because then, you know, it feels like a community and it feels like you're less alone in doing these things, whatever these things are, you know? I think it'll be really fun. And I hope you guys will participate. I'm going to be doing a lot more calligraphy streams this month to really practice what I preach and, you know, practice this skill that I want to get better at. You can't get better at something unless you actually do it, right? So that's what I'm doing. Want to get better. so I gotta do it. Oh, why? Uh-oh. Where did this ink come from? I also feel like perhaps I might need a new pen, because this pen, even though I really like it a lot because it's pink, one, it's very light, and I did not take that into account when I purchased it, but it's very light, and like, of course, because it's a light pink color, my ink that is black gets all over it and like makes a big mess of it. So I may have to reconsider using this, but like my other one is not great. Let me see if I can switch. After this row, let's see if we can switch the nib to the other pen, the other oblique pen that I have. But again, it's not great, so honestly, should I put something on my throne? I feel bad, cause like, get a TWSBI, but it's not the same. I like dip pens. I know the convenience of a fountain pen can't be beat. But I don't know, something about a dip pen to me is just so, you know, so romantic. Princess will show off wrist hands. Is Analog August or... Yes, it is. This is for Analog August. To just reconnect, right? With hobbies that are a little bit more offline. I mean, I am streaming it, right? Martine, or Yui, sorry, Analog? Hello, Princess will show off wrist hands, yeah. Did you get pulled over, by the way, today, Yui? I'm sorry. Hello, Sun, welcome in. But yes, encouraging people to focus on hobbies that are maybe a little bit more offline. I think on Twitter, we posted like a suggestion list of what you could maybe get back into. That includes gardening, bird watching, photography, gunpla models, you know, like all of that. So maybe, I don't know, it doesn't have to be like doing it every day of the month, but to just practice being more mindful, I think. The thing with this holder is like once it's in, and it's really difficult to like move it out. So, all right. The next one is an O. I got a fix-it ticket, which isn't that bad. And honestly, there was a problem. Okay, so it wasn't malicious, I guess you're trying to say? I think I also need to practice my spacing, because I'm not so good at spacing my elements and my letters. You know? Maybe I have thought about getting like a broad nib, because you can do different kinds of calligraphy with different nibs, and like a broader nib would give me more of like, oh my god, who does it? There's a VTuber, we've raided into him a couple times. He does calligraphy streams as well, but he works with like a broader nib than the kind of typical nibs that I work with. Who was it? He's the guy that has the old man model. I can't remember his name at the moment. He was at the stop sign out of my community, and I turned in front of him. Almontis? Yeah, that guy. He does more like gothic calligraphy, and I think it's really cool, you know? So this one is like 2.5, so I will There we go. I think it's really cool. So, you know, a little bit of inspiration from him, but also just because, as you guys know, I've always loved doing calligraphy, and I think it's fun to get in touch with slowing down. I think nowadays life seems so fast. Everything is like go, 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 you know? That sometimes you just gotta take a moment for yourself and breathe. To like really take stock of your health, both physical and mental, right? Yeah. And maybe you can gain a skill in the process. So in addition to doing calligraphy, I also really want to start on the shrinky dink jewelry that I purchased, and like the supplies came in. I never did anything with them. I was like obsessing over the shrinky dink stuff for literally a whole month, and then I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy the stuff. And I obsessively tracked the stuff, and when they came in, I literally was like, okay, and did not. It's literally still in the box that shipped to me, you guys. We can go over the spoils, definitely, since I have the camera here. I don't know if I ever show you guys what was part of the shrinky dink package. I can definitely show you guys, but yeah, I feel like I got it and then like I very quickly abandoned it, and I feel kind of bad. Definitely my fault, you know. 100% definitely my fault. Okay. But yeah. So we have jewelry making that I'll be trying to do and schedule streams for this month as well. And that will specifically be the shrinky dink jewelry that I got in. And maybe we can work on something else as well. I feel like it's kind of hard to stream some of the other stuff though, right? Like streaming, I guess you can stream writing. I know Yui also streams his writing on his channel, which by the way, you guys, wait, Chrono, are you able to give Yui a shout out? You guys should definitely check it out. He does some writing streams sometimes, and it's definitely a treat to see the thought process behind things. Content! Thank you, Chrono. Wait, were you doing the Uthduna in Monster Hunter? I want to say that bastard was like so rough for me and my group of friends. Okay, let's do letters. Let's do letters now. I'll do each letter, let's say 3 times. I feel like that would be good, right? Not yet. Oh my god, it kicked my butt yesterday. I kept dying. I was like the one person in my friend group that kept dying, and like I truly was the weakest link, you know? Okay. We'll do 3 letters of each, and that will be good practice. And then we will get into our, I believe it's called majuscules. But basically the uppercase letters. So we practiced lowercase, we practiced all the strokes for lowercase. And then today I wanted to focus on, because I've never done this, aside from looking up how to write the uppercase letter A and S for the flyer, for the informational flyer that Yam asked me to write, I don't know how to write any other uppercase letter in copperplate. So we're gonna look at all the foundational strokes for copperplate, the majuscules at least, and then we will use them to write each of the uppercase letters. But, you know, just very trying to be mindful and not trying to rush, I think, is the most important thing, is being mindful and not rushing. If I sure saw you practicing calligraphy instead of your violin, I mean, I practice violin too. It's not like I only practice calligraphy. I've been practicing violin every day for about an hour and a half. So, ha! Checkmate! Oh my goodness! Hello! Welcome in, Raiders! How are you? Welcome, welcome! Wow, there's so many of you. KP, how have you been? How are you? Thank you! How was stream today? Chrono, if you are able to, could you please give KP a shout out? How are you? Hello, welcome in, Latino. Hello, QXP RPG. Welcome, welcome. Hey, you! Yeah, you. The Escapade is here to tell you you are freaking awesome. You're doing cool shit. Be proud. You deserve good things in life, and don't ever forget it. Oh, KP, thank you. Hello, Dark Bond. Welcome. Hello, Desi Spark. It's KP. It's been a while. What have you been up to? Oh my gosh, streaming co-working? I know Seiji streams that a lot, but how's that been working out for you, KP? Today I am practicing my calligraphy. My friend is starting something called Analog August. So in this month, and it's not meant to be like something stressful, because you guys know how there's like challenges like Inktober and Singing March. The main purpose of this is not to be stressful. It's just to reconnect a little bit and be more mindful of the hobbies and, you know, the media that you consume. And I am doing it with my friend Yam Albat. And so I picked calligraphy. I also might do some like shrinky-dink jewelry making this month. But yeah, just to low stress. You could work on one project all month. You can work on one project every week, right? Whatever your pace is, but don't do it just to do it. Do it to like reconnect with yourself, you know? Been a while, started another job, started school, so co-working has been helping me balance. Did a little bit of co-working, needs the potato? No worries. Well, I hope that you had a good time working today. I hope that it was fruitful. We will be here. It's gonna be these vibes like this for the rest of the evening. So you are more than welcome to just hang out and potato. But yeah, if you guys want to share what you guys are working on, we do have the hashtag Analog August. And if you guys want to share what you're working on, like some whips, right? Some work in progresses, we would be more than happy to take a look at what it is you are working on to reconnect with yourself. I'm probably going to be posting these practice sheets when I'm done with them. I probably will be posting these practice sheets to Twitter and Blue Sky. Because why not, right? Calligraphy is beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Can't do the big one. Let me see if I can. I will be lurkies, but I will have you up while I potato. Good to see you though, of course. And it was so nice to see you again, KP. Let me give you one of the big shout outs. I have to remember that my microphone is actually moving with me right now. So, feels kind of weird. But yeah, I hope you guys will join me in this month to get in touch with ourselves, you know, and really discover maybe some new hobbies that you didn't know that you were interested in, maybe. It's all part of the process. I think the H needs to go one more up. Feels like it has to travel so much longer. Yeah, I think that is the correct height for an H. It does have to move quite a far distance. But yeah. Hope you've been well. Hello, Dio. I've been good. How are you? Right now, I practiced all the foundational strokes up top here. I practiced all the foundational strokes for the lowercase letters as a little warm-up. And right now, I am doing each letter 3 times. That way, I can get some lowercase letter practice in, and then after this, we're going to focus on, I'm a little bit scared, but we're gonna focus on the uppercase letters, which I have not been able to ever practice in my entire life. So I'm sure it will look wonky, and I will certainly be humbled very quickly. But I hope that you'll be along for the ride. How have you been today? How's your week been? I love the letter K in copper plate. I just love the way this like comes back down a little bit, and the way that the second stroke, or I guess the third stroke, kind of like comes off of that line. It's just so pretty. I'm certainly not keeping the angle. I need to be better at keeping the correct angle. Maybe if I angle it a little bit more. K and then L. Yeah, maybe if I angle the paper more, it makes, I gotta let my tools work with me, not against me. Yeah, I think if I angle the paper, it'll be okay. Gotta run, have a good stream, thank you. Have a good evening, Chrono. Thank you so much for stopping by, I really appreciate it. And KB, thank you very much for bringing all your friends here. I will be very sure to take great care of them while you are potatoing and resting. And I didn't know you were starting streaming again. I will be sure to stop by whenever I see you live and I have a chance. I was at the student disabilities place earlier this week, and they were like, why would you need extensions for assignments when the due dates are on the syllabus? What do you mean? You work in a disability center, shouldn't you know? That's crazy. But life has been quite busy for me. I'm very glad that I got one of my big things done. Oops, that was supposed to be a curve. I got one of my big things done, so I have less to worry about. Still have some things that I need to worry about, I think, but for the most part, I would say it's about 70% done. And then I can go back to like the smaller, kind of like passion projects that have been shoved to the back burner. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't say anything. Doing well, just relaxing after a busy day at work. Oh my God, you guys, I have to tell you about what happened at work. The craziest thing happened at work. So, I'm sorry, Floppy, that they weren't understanding of your situation. Okay, the crazy thing that happened at work. So, at work today, in a meeting, one of my coworkers was like, "Oh my God, Princess, after this meeting, I have something to show you." And I was like, "Oh, like that could be anything." Hello, welcome in, Hoshi Lapine. Is that correct? Lapine? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, friends. How are you? Let me give you a shout out here. Shooting star bunnies falling in, make a wish. That's so cute. Let me give you a shout out. How'd you find Lapine? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Hello. How did you find us? You were playing some Expedition 33? How's that been? I know a lot of people loved it, have loved the soundtrack. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the follows, you guys. Welcome, welcome. We're just having a super cozy evening today, as you can see. I'm practicing my calligraphy, and after I finish, oh my goodness, thank you for all the follows. After I finish this lowercase letters, we're gonna move on and do the foundational strokes for uppercase, because I actually have never done uppercase. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in, you guys. Abaddon recommended you. Oh, that's so sweet. Welcome in, you guys. I hope you guys like it. Isn't lapin French? Yes, lapin is French for bunny, but I think lapine is something else, maybe. Oh no, but they're shooting star bunnies. Is that how you say it? Lapine? It's the calligraphy girl. Yeah, I'm the calligraphy girl. I've been posting a whole bunch of calligraphy on Twitter and Blue Sky. Welcome in. Thank you so much for recognizing me. Thank you so much for recommending me, Abaddon. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoy it here. We just started stream, so we're going to be going for a little bit longer. I'm almost done with the lower cases, and then after this we'll start with the uppercase letters. But the reason why I'm doing this is if you haven't seen like my posts on Twitter, my friend Yam Albat started the Analog August challenge, and you know, challenge months and VTubers name a better pair. And it is a challenge for everyone to kind of reconnect. Find hobbies. Oh my God, you guys are gonna have to touch grass. Find hobbies that you enjoy offline and share them and share your progress with everyone. So it's just, you know, a challenge to kind of disconnect for a little bit and do something that is more tactile. Doing something that requires you to slow down, because in today's day and age, your attention can be taken in 10 different directions, right? And it's just, you know, a reminder to slow down a little bit. But I want to say thank you to everyone that gave me a follow just now. Thank you, Warped. Thank you. Do you want to be called Hoshi or do you want to be called Lapine? Thank you for the follow, Julius Root. Thank you. Mr. Ketsuya, thank you. And again, thank you so much for the raid. Your community is so kind. Welcome in, everyone. I'm a professional French. What does being a professional French even mean? Does work count? I mean, I guess work can count, but I mean, this is meant to be like a little bit more like of your own hobbies, not something that you do just to survive, right? But something that you do to maybe enrich your life and make life more meaningful and for you to feel fulfilled. Hoshi is fine. We mostly call her Hoshi. Gotcha. Okay, well, then I will call you Hoshi if that is okay. But yeah, we are practicing our lowercase. And then in just a little bit, I will be practicing for the very first time in my entire life my lowercase, my uppercase letters. And I've been dreading this because the uppercase letters for copperplate are very fancy. There's so many, what do you call them? Like all those squigglies. What are they called? The flourishes. There's so many flourishes in copperplate that I'm a little bit nervous to go for it, you know? Which is why, quite honestly, it's been like one thing that I've been avoiding when doing calligraphy. But I thought, you know, since we have this month, I'm gonna take the time and I'm really gonna try to face my fears, because there's only one way to get better at something, and it's not by running away and avoiding it, you know? So I'm gonna have to face my fears eventually and actually do the thing. Oh my gosh, U, V, and W look basically the same. So I think you guys will be quite surprised. They're like basically the same shape. Except a V has a very short little tick up top. And then W is just two U's with the little tick at the end. Oh my god, you know what I'm gonna absolutely hate writing is the X. Because copperplate X, to me, it just looks so psycho. Because you have to curve a C backwards to make a copperplate X. Okay, so we're done with this page. I'm gonna switch the pages now. I have a whole bunch of different pages here on the left, so I can like switch out the pages and continue with my practice. I'm just cleaning the nib in between each page, so it stays a little bit cleaner. Because the ink can dry and then it can like hold on to the ink weird if the nib is dirty. But how was Expedition 33? Did you just start the game? How far are you into the game? What's your favorite part so far? And I'm so sorry if you've like already left. Not going to lie, watching this feels like I'm being yelled at by my grade 5 teacher, and I'm not the one doing the writing. I may have some trauma about that. Oh, Fuzz, I'm sorry. I hope that, you know, this month isn't traumatizing for you as you watch me go through this. Definitely understand if, you know, this is something that you have a negative association with that you can't stay. I would love if you could, but, you know, if for your own mental health you need to step away because it reminds you of bad things, that's okay. But yeah, we are going to do this, and then I also want to start doing jewelry making. I also today, you guys, pinned a whole bunch of Shrinky Dink templates so that when I do start doing Shrinky Dink for stream, we'll already have some good templates that we can cut the Shrinky Dink plastic into. You speak Vietnamese? Em biết nói chút xíu tiếng Việt thôi. Ba với mẹ của em là người Việt. Yes, I do speak a tiny bit of Vietnamese. I do have to get ready for bed, but it was nice meeting you. Thank you so much, Hoshi. It was very nice meeting you. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. I think honestly the story is my favorite part if that is possible, and seeing all the different environments in the world. We're a good bit in, maybe halfway about. Oh, okay, okay. All right, everyone give Hoshi a big goodbye. You can tuck Hoshi in if you want. I have a command, !tuck. I only know NUM. I don't know what it means. Oh. So there are multiple ways to say I love you in Vietnamese, and it really depends on your relation to the listener. So an is what you call yourself or what you call others if the person saying an or the person hearing an is like older. So how do I explain this? If an older man, if I am talking to an older cousin of mine, I would refer to him, like you, as an. And when he talks about himself, he would call himself an. And the word for an older woman, not necessarily your mother's age, but like a little bit like your age range, but older, is for women is chị. So chị means kind of like older sister, an means kind of like older brother, if that makes sense. And the word for like younger person, regardless of gender, is am. So whether someone is a younger male or a younger female, you would call them am. And so the words an, you, am means an is me, like myself, and you are calling yourself an older man, or like an older, not brother, brother isn't the right word, an older male friend. You means love, and am means you in the context that the person you're talking to is younger than you. So if I were to tell my older cousin that I loved him, it would be am because I'm younger than him. So I refer to myself as am, and I say am you an, which means I love you, but that I'm younger in relation to him. And if it's an older, like female cousin, I would probably say am you chị, right? Because chị is the word for older females that are around your same age. And there's a few more words depending on like a really large age difference. Like if you're a child and you're talking to like your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, you refer to yourself as gong, gong. And then like, say you want to say, I love you, mom. It would be gong yêu mẹ. And dad is gong yêu ba. Same thing reversed. If you're the mom and you want to say it to your child, mẹ yêu con, right? Call her am. It depends. It's on this test, because if so, I'm done for. If she wants to feel young, you call her am. Yeah, it is always a compliment as a woman gets older. Obviously, she wants to stay young. But you never want to call someone that's like your mother's age am, because that's seen as disrespectful. But if you think a woman might be a little bit older than you, but like you want to compliment her and you want to like imply that she looks young, you would just call her am instead. The mileage may vary on, you know, your success, but you know, that's kind of, you know, that's what that is. All right, X. Okay, I've been dreading this. That's why I stalled for so long. I got a little Vietnamese class. Thanks, you're welcome. I hope you liked it. I'm sorry for the impromptu Vietnamese lesson. I hope it was useful to you. But yeah, that's what that means. Okay, the X looks so fucking wild. I hate this so much. But that's how you do an X in copperplate. It's like two C's. One is just backwards and the other is forwards. It's so wild. I hate it. Anyways, that's an X. It looks stupid. Jay, welcome in. How are you? Welcome. Oh my god, I have to tell you guys the crazy thing that, so a few crazy things have happened, one of which I can talk about, the other I can't. But what I can tell you today, my coworker during a meeting was like, oh my god, Princess, I have something to show you after. And I was like, okay, is this like a good thing or a bad thing? Because, you know, work, and like maybe something went wrong and I have to QA it or I have to report it to IT because I work with a dev team. And he goes, no, it's good. So apparently he went to Italy and he recorded a whole bunch of drone footage and he posted it up on YouTube. And I was like, oh, YouTube, okay. And I made the mistake of saying, oh, I do YouTube too. Fucking bury me in a hole. Bury me in a hole and let me jump into it. Throw me into a shipping container and let me sink into the bottom of the sea. So I said, oh yeah, I do YouTube. And I was like, oh, you know, like, do you want to get more traction on your channel? Like, I've been hearing that shorts have been doing really well and it's been going really good for me. I didn't mention specifically what I did, but I basically said like, oh, you know, like I stream games and stuff. And because he showed me his YouTube channel, oh my god, he's such a boomer. Like, he seems kind of young, but also his YouTube channel is his full ass government name. That's it. That's his YouTube channel. And when he was showing me YouTube, he was like, oh, you know, to get to my other videos, you click here. And he like goes to point to my laptop screen. And I look at him and I'm like, no, I know how to use YouTube. It's fine. So first of all, that happened. Second of all, I was like, okay, cool. And so we talk about it for a little bit, and like, I'm telling him, oh yeah, you know, like if you want, there's these background music tracks that you can use, especially if you don't want to pay for it. Like there's Dova Syndrome, and there's a whole bunch of, you know, musicians that will put their stuff up for free, right? Cool. Not cool. Because I don't know what it is. He just kept saying like, oh, you know, like the whole point of this, like, I don't want to be famous, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, like, you don't have to explain it to me. It's fine. I was trying to explain to him like, oh, you know, if you want a bigger following, here's what you have to do. And he is like, no, I don't want to be famous or anything. I just want to get enough subscribers to, get the automatic like chaptering in the video, because the way it is right now, he can't do chaptering. And I was like, okay, so you want to get the subscribers, you can probably get it through shorts, because shorts are like right now, they are popping, you know? You already have a full-length video on YouTube, you could cut that. And you could just use parts of that to redirect it to your actual channel. Deckhand, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hello, hello. How was stream today? We're talking about this insane interaction I had with my coworker who like came by and told me about his trip to Italy, and he was talking about, you know, his drone footage and how he wanted to get like a bigger amount of subscribers so that he could unlock automatic chaptering. But at the same time, he was like, oh, but I don't want to be famous. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I don't fucking care. And so we talked about it for a little bit. And then he was like, yeah, I'm so specific, blah, blah. And he kept saying like, no, I don't want to be famous. And I'm like, cool, like, it's fine. But you have a vision that you want to share with the world. And, you know, like, I don't care what your motivations are. If you have cool stuff, like, you should be sharing it, you know? Like, not everyone can go travel to Italy and strap, you know, a camera to their chest or like shoot drone footage and get good shots. Like, what you're doing is really cool. And, you know, like, if people like it, they're gonna want to see more of it. So like, who cares if you're not famous, or who cares if you are, you know? So insane. But Deckhand, what were you up to? Let me give you a shout out, actually. My mods are like not here right now. But I thought it was just so insane that he kept reiterating that, and I was like, cool, I don't care, right? And then And then like, so that was in the morning at like 10 or so. And then later, he kept coming by like 3 times by my desk. And every time he walked by, I was in a meeting. So I kept having to point to like my earbuds. And I pointed to my computer saying like, I'm busy, you know? And like, finally I was free. So I was like, hey, like, did you need something? And so he comes by. And on his phone, you guys, I shit you not, it was my full government first last name, YouTube. And I was like, are you a fucking, like in my head, I was like, are you a fucking boomer? Like who the fuck names themselves their full ass first last name online as their YouTube channel? Sorry, like, so I was like, no, because he goes to me and he goes, oh, like which one of these is you? And I'm like, oh, like, none of them. What do you mean? Which one is me? None of them. Like, I don't go by, you know, my first last name on YouTube. To be fair, I did that when I was a kid. Had to change everything once I started streaming. But yeah, so I basically was like, yeah, none of those are me. I go by a pseudonym online. I'm sorry, that's, you know, I just, you know, for privacy. And he goes like, oh, can you share your channel? And I was like, ugh, like, I wanted to bite my fist and scream. I was like, no, like, so he knows that I'm part of an orchestra, and he knows that, like, you know, my orchestra does release music, because I've talked about it, like, offhandedly, but I've never really shared it with my coworkers. And so I was like, oh no, you can like follow our group page instead. Cause he was like, oh, do you want to share, you know, do you want to share your channel? And I was like, no, you know, cause like, here's the thing, right? Like I've had more than this, and this coworker is kind of a little bit judgy, you know? And so, cause he was like, oh, you like anime? It's blah, blah, blah. Like it's so cartoonish, whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, clearly not someone that I want to be talking to for a long amount of time. But like he goes and does this, and I was like, okay, like just follow, you know, VTuber Symphony Orchestra, and I left it at that. But like then he started talking more about how he went to like a candlelight concert, I guess recently in the area, and like he was like, yeah, everybody recognized this tune, and he had like a recording of it. And I guess like they don't allow recordings except for the very last song, and so that was the song that he was able to record. I was like, okay. You didn't tell him about your ASMR channel? Yeah, that's what I didn't want to say, because like if I tell him my regular channel, it leads to my ASMR channel. And already I've had some coworkers who like have kids who are, you know, like kids, and they're listening to stuff online, and he was like, yeah, I heard about this ASMR thing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, like, I can never mention that I do ASMR audios and audio dramas, like, oh God, you know, and I don't need my coworkers to be listening to that of my voice. So I was like, yeah, BTSO. And he was talking about this like candlelight orchestra, and he was like, yeah, everybody, they heard it and they knew what it was. And it goes like this. Ba 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 ba. Right? Like everybody knows that song. He's like, I didn't know what the song was. And I was like, you don't know the song? It's the House of Castle. And so he's like, yeah, it was really good. But like, I was most impressed by this song. And he was like, do you know? He goes to me. He goes, do you know Joe Hisaishi? And I was like, guys, I swear to God, the entire time he came, like, I already knew I was in for some kind of trip when he showed me his phone and it was my full ass government name plus YouTube on it. And I was like, okay. But like, when he was like, do you know Joe Hisaishi? And I was like, in my head, who the fuck doesn't know Joe Hisaishi? Oh my God. So that happened, and I was like, yeah, I love his music. He does a lot of music for, you know, movies like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, obviously, like Princess Mononoke. And he goes like, oh, like, I was really surprised. I really like this song. And he pulls up Summer, and I was like, I wanted to facepalm because I was like, this is like another huge song of his, you know? And he goes like, oh, I really like this song specifically. I don't know why, you know, it just seems so much more complex rather than the music from, you know, like the kiddie movies. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, what do you mean kiddie movies? Excuse me? Like music in kid songs or like music in animations aimed for children can't be complex and layered. Like, get the fuck out of here. So then I was just like, okay, like this is such a huge insult. Like, why are you even here? Like, what are you talking about right now? So I was like, oh, you know, like, oh, thank you for, you know, following our, you know, orchestra page. And then I was like, I did not have a meeting, but I was like, I gotta go, I have a meeting. But it was insane because I'm so scared that he's gonna find me from the orchestra page now because, you know, he knows that I play violin because he was there the Christmas party that our HR like basically voluntold me to, he might stalk you from it, to be honest. I was there the year our HR basically voluntold me to play violin for the talent show. So he knows I play violin, but I don't know how smart he would be to look up our roster. To look up our roster and find out, like, who I am of the violinists, you know? Okay, I need to... Okay. I'm practicing right now the strokes for for uppercase letters, and I'm just starting off. So this is called apparently the universal line of beauty. So this line is, if I draw the guide, if I were to trace from this guide here, maybe I should do it in like a different color. I don't think I have a different color pen though. This is blue. Okay, so I guess I can show you. So there's this guideline here that I'm following underneath, and it's slanted like this. So the universal line of beauty is if you were to extend this out here. Can you guys even see it? It's so hard to see. I'll bring this up in just a second. So universal line of beauty is if I were to bring this line, right? It needs to make a little quarter. So from here, I go like this. And I curve it down and I follow this guideline. And then from this middle section here, I flare it out like this. Down and out. So this is how the universal line of beauty is supposed to look. And you can see that strokes. The next one is the universal line of beauty, except it's a hairline. So instead of doing like a downstroke, the idea is for me to do an upstroke up and familiarize myself with that stroke as well. He sounds like he wants to impress you, so he might even, if he's not smart enough. Oh my God, I'll kill myself. I'll kill myself, you guys. In Minecraft! I'll kill myself in Minecraft. But yeah, I was just so like taken aback. Every people in it until he finds you. Oh my God, I would be so scared. Absolutely not. So scary. Okay, there is also like things like little squiggly, so I can practice that in a little bit. But I just want to draw myself the guidelines so I know what to look at. I'm back. Airplane pilots be like, yeah, I was just... And like, it was so dumb, I think, the way that like, he was just wording it, like, as if music, like, videos or movies for children, as if movies for children were somehow inferior to like movies made for adults, because that's why he was like, oh yeah, I really like Summer because it was made for like this like drama, like this real life drama, right? And I was like, okay, like so what, you know? So what if it was made for a drama, like whatever. But yeah. And then I was just like, I was trying to tell him, I was like, no, you know, like nowadays, like the game that Hoshi was just playing, I was like, no, you know, nowadays video games are bringing back like really epic and, you know, both like exciting and also heart-wrenching like scores for orchestra and also for you know, opera and stuff. Like this is all stuff that's happening now, and the scores for video game music has leveled up so far beyond what it used to be, you know? It's not like, I mean, even still, like 8-bit music is great, right? But it's not like the chiptunes kind of like sounding thing it used to be in the past anymore. Could give him an anime like Berserk. This guy sounds like the type I wouldn't want to touch with a 6-foot pole. Honestly, he was giving major like I'm too cool to be bothered by this stuff. And I was like, okay, so like, why are you even here then? Why are you talking to me? Like, I don't care. Like, have some passion, you know? I think older people are by nature more awkward and don't have the same boundaries with younger generations. I mean, but I'm like 80, you know? Like, I'm 80 years old. I'm also old. And I understand this. Speaking of being weird, sorry about blowing up your DMs about letters and stuff. No worries. I know you're really excited about, you know, calligraphy and about wax seals and stuff. And so it's never a problem. I have a lot of knowledge, right, in this arena. And whatever I can do to help, I would love to. I need to be able to perhaps be a little bit more smooth with this. I need to be more smooth. I need to be more smooth. I can do down, no problem, but going up is always a problem for me. How do I get better at this? I just have to do it like 100 times, right? Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is gonna win Soundtrack of the Year, hands down! He's a Gaston type. Speaking of more traditional soundtrack, exactly! I was literally saying, Cap, also welcome in. I was literally saying, yeah, there's this new game that came out this year called Expedition 33, and it's been doing some great, like people, like lots of rave reviews from people. The soundtrack is great. People have been saying the story is really good, you know? And like, he just seemed so prejudiced about anime, about video games, and I was just like, all right, like in my head, I was like, okay, boomer, like, I think you need to leave. I need you to leave my little cubicle. Like, I need to go back to being a hamster and running in my wheel, okay? Like, you're not fun, you're not saying anything interesting, and you're just, you know, I feel like you're minimizing the things that I like, so I need you to leave. Give me a spray bottle. Hello, fighting Howling Blade and someone's internet died. Oh, I'm sorry. That can't be worse than literally yesterday. One of my raid members, they caught baby aggro. Their son spilled some water on their computer, and hold on, do I curl it down? Okay. Their baby spilled water on their computer, and so yesterday they were like, hey guys, it's like turning on, but it's not actually but then it turns on and then it turns itself off right after. We're like, are you gonna be okay? Like, what's happening? And so he couldn't get it to work, and so we decided, okay, let's just regroup tomorrow. It'll be fine. So that's what we did. But you know. Okay. Sorry, I'm just practicing the stems, like the start of it, to curl it a little bit, because I need to be able to start the curl both directions, both at the bottom and at the top. How do I, that doesn't look good. Okay. Okay, so it's like a tiny curve like this. There we go. And then, okay, I think that looks better. Okay, and then for this one, we'll go like this. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. Fun fact, if you think your laptop phone is overheating, do not put it in the fridge. My sister literally killed my laptop's battery. Wait, why not? Get a spray bottle and spray him next time he comes close? That's too funny. Why does that break your laptop battery? I do know that my friend literally said, fun fact, you can wash a computer with water and soap. You can wash your computer parts with water and soap as long as you dry it thoroughly before you plug it back in. I don't know how true that is, but you know, he is a computer guy, so you know, I would trust him. And I would trust that statement from him because he's a computer guy. Okay, this is not so bad. Okay, we practice? Good. Okay, so the next one has something to do with the lithium in the battery. Then I can use my laptop in bath? No, it has to be off. Okay, C curve. Okay, so the C curve. Start off at the top, go all the way down to the baseline, adding shade as we go. Keep in mind that the C shape doesn't have a straight line in it. Instead, we want the entire path to be curved. So we start, okay, so we start off, it's almost like they start here. At the top in the middle here, and then we curve down. So let me just mark points here, here, and here. Maybe up even higher is where we, okay, so we need to go from here. Okay, I missed it a little bit. And then curve back up. Okay, so not quite, almost there, not quite. Okay, so if we go from here, okay, that looks better. So a C curve starts just the top and then it curves in. Okay, so let's practice O first, because I think this is like a little bit easier for me to control and visualize if I can see it. Okay. Cool. This reminds me of when I learned cursive in middle school. Welcome in. Plus the condensation that would follow. It's true. I hope that you have good memories of writing cursive in middle school. I know someone earlier, Fuzz, was like, oh man, this is like trauma from 5th grade when their teacher was watching them do cursive, and they were just slightly traumatized by it. So hopefully this inspires feelings of positivity and, you know, you feel inspired perhaps and motivated and not traumatized. I do want to write prettier. And I just want to you know, take the time to slow down a bit. Okay, so that is the C curve. So we need to do this except just the top part, and then we'll curve in. Curve in. Okay. Okay, so we curve like this, and then we curve in. Okay, that looks like, yeah, that looks like what people do. Okay, so curve in. Okay, so now we curve in. Maybe we go up a little bit higher even, like right here. It was a godsend for me because I could cheat my handwriting with some print. Right, I always hurt my hands, and surprisingly cursive actually saved my hands from pain. That's great. I'm glad that it was able to be such a boon to you. I think that looks better if we go a little bit higher up on the guideline. I think that looks good. This also reminds me, there was an instant a few weeks back where my sparkling juice exploded at my computer desk. Oh no, why did it explode? Was it like frozen? And you know, because like when you freeze things in a can, and if you don't take it out early enough, it'll like explode in the freezer. Ask me how I know. Thankfully didn't get on anything important. Sparkling juice, was it homemade perhaps? Oh my gosh, like kombucha? I am not, I'm gonna be honest, I'm like actually not a huge fan of kombucha. Maybe it's just me. But I don't like how sour it is, you know? Okay, this one is, the next one is a vertical curve. Okay, so it needs to be a 90, okay, so the way that I'm seeing it is it has to be a 90-degree line. So this is the guideline on the website. Okay, so it has to be a 90-degree, and it goes a straight stroke perpendicular with a little bit of curve. And don't have it lean too far back. Okay, so I think if we just go like this, oops, I need more ink. Okay, so maybe like that. Maybe that works. Okay, so something like, I think this is okay. You know, I feel like I have a harder time. I feel like I have a harder time doing the C curve than I do doing this vertical curve, you guys. For me, this vertical curve is like not a problem at all. Also, like, weather here has been so strange. I don't know if it's like weird where you guys are at, but it's been like weirdly sprinkling in like July in California, which is strange because this time of year it should be hot. I think that looks pretty vertical. Just you. Kombucha is gross. Not just you. Oh my god. Thank you. Someone who understands show. That's crazy. What that is. I just do my own sodas. So kombucha is like a fermented drink, I think. What is in it? Like, is it like vinegar? Store-bought Welch's brand. Room temp, but it gushed out the moment I opened the bottle. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. How are you, show? Welcome in. Hopefully you've been having a good evening tonight. It's not hot enough that my brain doesn't function. It's true, but I heard that because it's been a very mild summer so far, I heard that it might actually be very, very hot in October, which I'm not looking forward to because that's my birthday month and I like doing stuff outside for my birthday month. Like I like going on a picnic, I like hanging out with friends, and I might not be able to do that if it's like super duper hot to the point where I don't want to go outside. What if I have to turn on my AC? I hate turning on my AC. Vertical curve. Entry elements. Okay, so lines that lead into the cap. Okay, so it looks like these are what are called the capital stems. So we have the universal line of beauty, and then the hairline, universal line of beauty, the C curve, and then the vertical curve. And then apparently, according to this website, the next thing are the entry elements that lead into the lines for these things. So we have, okay. Okay, I'm gonna watch this YouTube video. I'm gonna mute it though. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it's talking about this. Okay, so the reverse oval. The reverse oval goes clockwise rather than counter. The result is an oval with a shading on the right side. You want to make sure the stroke for your capital letters. When you want to make this stroke for your capital letters, start just below the second ascender line to give yourself a little extra space to end your stroke in different ways. I see. Okay, so I think the fact you're in California doesn't help either. My soul says, how are you, Cupid? Oh my gosh, how are you? I love you. Welcome in. How have you been? You've been so busy, you busy girl. How's the storm? I saw that you said the storms were kind of ruining your streams this past week. But welcome. If you guys don't know, please give Cupid a follow. She's absolutely lovely. She is a crocodile VTuber. She's so sweet, and she's been sharing more of her like art and animation. So if you guys are interested in that, please check out her channel. It's upsetting me too, because that part of the year is when I'm active, because it's cooler. Well, Yam is going to see my handwriting in the Analog August channel because writing the notes for one of the short stories options in a notebook. I think that's fantastic. Please. Oh my gosh, I should, you know, it's been so long. I was literally talking to a friend yesterday where it's like, it's been so long since I've known Yam at this point. It's like, I'm too scared to join her Discord because it's like, after all this time, you know, I'm finally joining. Like, what's she gonna say to that? I know she's not gonna say anything, but like, what's she gonna say to that? You know, like, it's been so long. Like, why didn't you join? Like, it gets to a point where you're just like, I don't want to join the Discord. Is there an option to join quietly? You know what I mean? But no, there is no option to join a Discord quietly. But welcome in from Yam's community. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to Analog August. It's all good, but how are you? I've been doing good. I'm taking this time this month to do my friends challenge, by the way, Cupid. Where we try to do one analog thing, like hobby, this month. So to kind of slow down and be a little bit more intentional with our hobbies, with ourselves, because, you know, modern day life. Oh my god, that one looks so good, you guys. This one looks so good. Sometimes, you know, when it comes to being a content creator and also just like a citizen of the world, life can be very busy, and it feels like there's no time to really slow down and take stock of yourself. So I think this is like going to be a really good month to really reconnect and take the time to focus on, is it here? Take the time to focus on, oops, oh my god, that's the wrong shape. Okay, I already did it wrong. Take the time to focus on hobbies that you might not have really thought to work on. Yeah, I was so chill about it. Yeah, just share what you can, you know, like you don't have, if you're too shy, you don't have to share, but it just kind of feeds, I need to practice this one. It just kind of feeds into, you know, we are a community, we are working together, and we all just want to see each other improve, you know? How come when I start lower down, it like messes up my stroke? I don't understand. Okay, maybe if I start here. Okay, I think that's fine. Kick the door down and be like, I was always here. She'll just be happy that you came in. Okay, I will take the time probably tonight to join, because I definitely want to see everyone's analog August, you know, like if you guys don't know, she asked me to do the promos, like the calligraphy that you see in the announcement post. I wrote those. And she just wants to, you know, include me, and I was like, I think that's a great idea, Yam, like to just find time to disconnect, you know, because I feel like everyone's always so busy. And this will be a good lesson in slowing down. Heck yeah, what have you been up to, Cupid? Are you gonna do more animations for stream? I'm so scared, like I'm gonna get a paper cut, by the way. Cause I don't know what it is. I can feel like the edge of the paper and it's like rubbing up against the edge of my finger. And it feels like it's gonna give me a paper cut. I do know that Yam is out today, hanging out with her boyfriend. They're having fun. So I might use this evening to join her Discord because she's not checking. Because she's not checking, so maybe it'll be okay. It'll be less embarrassing. Arm position really screws the strokes even when you're doing simple cursive. Yes, I have to be super mindful. I think that's why I really wanted to choose calligraphy for my analog August, is because you really have to be mindful of not just your wrist and your hands, but you have to be very intentional with where you place your elbow, how your arm, you know, is moving across the paper, and also your posture. So, you know, sitting up straight, making sure that both legs are on the floor in front of you. Because I'm still so new, right? I can't take shortcuts and I can't slouch because I don't know how my body is supposed to feel doing each of these strokes. So I really have to practice the correct way before I can start being lazy. What if she has a tripwire set that once you join, it alerts her right away? No! My worst nightmare. I mean, for as much as I love like being an extrovert, you know, and like yapping and talking to people, I feel like in other ways, in other tendencies, I can be very like shy. I don't think it's like an introvert thing. I just think sometimes I can be shy if I don't know someone. But also shy when I feel like I might be disappointing someone. Which, you know, joining Yam's Discord server this late is certainly quite embarrassing for me. Maybe struggle, why you struggle when you go lower? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I definitely need to like figure out where to position my wrist in relation to like where the stroke is happening on the page. Okay, the next, so that was the first entry curve, was the reverse oval. And then the next one looks like an extended compound curve. It is a compound curve with an extended entry and exit stroke. So it looks like it happens, okay, I might have to like outline this. Okay, so I need my H, 1, 2. No, I could have gone one higher. Okay. So it starts at this line. And then it goes just below here. Okay, so let's map this out. It starts, is that right? Oh, base. Okay, so base. Okay. So it starts at the header. And then it goes up to right underneath the second ascender. John, thank you for the resubscribe. Welcome in. How are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, would not be disappointed. Just excited, I'm sure. Where is this calligraphy? Where is this calligraphy thing came from? So I've always been super into calligraphy. For the longest time, for the longest time, I have been interested in calligraphy, but never really took the time to practice. So I want to say I got into calligraphy in 2019. I can track this because I know that year when I did Christmas present tags for everyone. I think that's kind of correct. That year when I did Christmas present tags for everyone, that's what I did for the handwriting, was I did calligraphy for everyone's names in lowercase. But it's been a really long time, and I only just recently pulled out all of this stuff again, like my inks, my paper, my dip pen. I only recently pulled everything back out because I've been wanting to practice it more, and then Yam pitched this idea for Analog August, and I was like, you know what? I think that's a great idea. I think that this would be a really good chance for me to really focus and like direct my attentions towards, you know, this thing that I can really see myself using more of. I don't know, I just think receiving a handwritten letter is so sweet, and I think we don't do enough of that, like, as a society anymore. And it's hard because, like, you know, who do you write to? Where do you send this off to? You know, like, not many people do handwritten anymore. So my goal is to be able to do more handwritten stuff. Why does it look like that? Okay. To be able to do more handwritten stuff. And if someone wants a handwritten letter, I can give that to them. You know? That's my goal. It is going indeed. Well, I hope you're doing well, John. Thank you so much for the resubscribe. I really appreciate it. The curve is only 1x height. Don't forget to add shade to your downstroke. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna practice this because this looks really shitty. Okay, so the curve is only 1x height and it starts off, so this is basically, okay, so if I start here. Okay, I think that's smoother. Okay, I think that looks better. So if I go up, down, up. Okay, as long as I understand and recognize that the curve is only 1x height. Okay, I think that makes this a slightly... I should have read the next part. It breaks it down a little bit better. I get it a little bit more now that I actually read through it. It's like, hey, you should maybe read all the instructions before you put the table together, you know? It's giving those kind of vibes. It's actually so wholesome, you think so? If you enjoy this, I know it's a lot of work, but in November, I do like a stamp rally, and my viewers every day in November can log in. Every day that I'm streaming, sorry, I need to clarify. Every day that I'm streaming, my viewers can come in and redeem a daily stamp. And depending on how many stamps you get for the month of November, that could earn you a free postcard. I do postcards for Christmas. And so that's my one gift to the community every year. I write a little message on the postcard and, you know, like have a lot of fun with it. I do like wax seals and stuff for it too, mail it out. And everyone who's gotten one, I think really enjoys it. It's a little keepsake. So if that's something that you would like to participate in, come back in November on the very first, in that very first week. And you don't have to worry about attending every day. I do have a little bit of leeway there. You can make up stamps for past days that you may have missed. Because I know everyone is super busy. Everyone has, you know, their own lives, and I don't expect you to always be online and ready to redeem a stamp. But for the days that you can certainly make up days that you missed. So perhaps write a whole book by hand. You could. That does sound like a lot, though. Princess's calligraphy is great, but getting a handwritten letter or note has reminded me of the impact, meaning they can leave. And watch, I end up going with the other option after I handwrite all these notes for this one short story for submitting to this magazine. Wax, are you royalty? I mean, you're a princess. Oh, you don't even know. Hold on. This is my favorite stamp holder for my wax seal. Hold on. I have it because my wax seal setup is like right here. So this is my favorite wax seal holder. So you can buy these handles separately because the stamp plates come off. So I got myself a stamp plate of a bronze like royal crown. And this one that I have is the letter P for princess, as you can see there. And yeah, I have a little, This is just for mood. I used to have a tea light in here that I would melt and then like stick the spoon in. But since I have gotten a spoon rest, and that's easier on my wrist, so I don't have to hold it over an open flame. The first year I did have to do it, and it was quite a bit. But I'm glad that I've graduated from that. And, you know, I'll melt some wax pellets on a spoon, pour out the wax, and do a little stamp. Yeah. Just because the other option is farther along. Has to be 4,000 words min and 6,000 words max. That's a lot of words. It's a lot of words. All right, horizontal oval. An oval and a, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, Wild Wolves. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so the next entry stroke is called a horizontal oval. And on this page it says, after an oval, which is like down on the left side and then up thin, and a counterclockwise oval, which is the other way. Wait, no, this one is the counterclock, and then the oval is on the right side, shaded. Okay, we now have a horizontal oval. Normally an oval is upright, but this time it's wider than it is tall. For this stroke, the movement is still counterclockwise, resulting in the shading being on the left side. Okay. Once again, the entry element forms the base of several variations. Which variation to choose depends on which letter or capital stem you're going into. The horizontal oval starts between the first and second ascender and goes down until it almost touches the header line. Okay. So let's see if we can. Okay. Let's see if we can get this right. But welcome in, Wild Wolves. I live abroad, so I don't think you can send a letter, right? Oh no, I can send international letters. So I'm in California. I send mail every year. I do the postcards. I send mail to Canada. I send mail to Australia. I've sent mail before to Singapore, to Malaysia, to Poland, to Sweden, and to the United Kingdom. So yes, I can send mail most anywhere. You are more than welcome to participate in my stamp rally, and I will get that over to you. That doesn't look right. Okay, hold on. Let me, Okay. So if we box this off, this looks like the correct width for an oval. So if I start here and then curve following okay, hold on. I think it's because I want to curve up, but I shouldn't. I should only focus on the oval right now. Like that. Maybe. Just looks like a sideways egg. Okay, so if we just focus on the oval. A novella, I believe, is 15,000 words, so not bad. Okay, so less than a novella. Like a half novella size. Or a little bit even less than a half. But I hope that goes well for you this month. I know after August, what is it? What's it called? The November thing, NaNoWriMo, something National November Writing Month. NaNoWriMo? I think that's NaNoWriMo. National November Writing Month, where people can focus on writing their novels, their short stories. Dude, my ovals look terrible. This is so bad. I don't know what the proportions are. It's okay. We just gotta stick with it. We just gotta stick with it. I did say I was gonna be humbled today, and that's okay. You know, I have to remember that whenever I start something, it's never going to be perfect. So I should just focus on being in the moment and really focusing on each action and movement that I'm doing. And it's okay. You know, I keep saying this. It's not for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. When I say this, it's not for you. It's for me. I'm reminding myself it's okay. You don't have to be perfect in everything that you start off. We'll grind those stamps in November. It's super low effort. Like, a lot of times, Emma Burst, like, my friends will just stop by, say hello, redeem the stamp, and then they'll leave a lurk, but they'll be gone. And that's okay too, right? Like, participation is only as much as you want to participate. I know that most people will come in throughout the year, and so it doesn't hurt me that people just come for the stamps in November, because they've already, you know, done most of their friendshipping, you know, like the beginning of the year or the middle of the year, and it's okay. Even if you don't do your friendshipping and you just want a postcard, that's okay too. You know, just promise me that you'll leave me a lurk or you're stuck around for a little bit, and you know, we're all good. Fortunately, that whole thing with NaNoWriMo is gone due to some controversial issues. Really? I had no idea. NaNoWriMo has controversial issues? Okay, capital letter T is one of the easier capitals to learn. To create it, we only need two things: capital stem, the universal line of beauty, an entry element, a reverse oval that extends with a horizontal curved line. Okay, so we will do the letter T. Okay, let's write the letter T. So we do need 3 lines. Okay, so I'm marking off 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the universal line of beauty, first of all. So that goes like this. Okay, and then the T is a reverse oval. And it's like, starts a little bit, okay, goes up and then over. Okay, goes, does that look good? Oh, I might have extended it too far, a little bit shorter. Okay, up and then over, but like maybe like right here. Okay, let's try that again. It was huge within the writing communities, a lot of conversation around it with authors. I had no idea what went on. Please, spill the tea if you can. Welcome in, Shama. Hello, hello. Today we are practicing, oh, my music's gone, hold on. Today we are practicing some calligraphy, and let me get some music going. Let me make sure that it's music that I can play online and not get dinged for it. How do we feel about, oh, this one is really cute, I think. Yeah, there we go. Let me just make sure that the music isn't too loud. Okay, I think it's a good volume. All right. You go through all the trouble into writing each letter. The least I can do is listen and enjoy stream. Yeah, I mean, if you stick around too, it gives me a little bit more something to write about, you know? Like, I like to write about the things that people enjoy, the things that people talk about, small things that they're celebrating or big things that they're celebrating in life. And I can only write that if I actually know you, right? If you stick around long enough for me to know who you are. Yeah. Okay, this almost goes all the way down to here. Okay, let's aim for right there. It's okay if you don't, right? Like, totally okay. Does it? Okay, it curves up and then down. I need to curve this up a little bit more and then down is what it looks like from this example. Yeah, up and then down. Okay, so let's try that again. But yeah, like, again, your participation is whatever level you are comfortable with. I don't want to ask more than that, right? I think that could be rounder. Like on this side, it could be rounder. Okay, let's try again. Sure you want to know? It gets dark. Apparently they had some PDF. Oh, I see, right? Push for AI writing tools? You're being ableist if you don't like AI writing? Double down on it? Okay, here's the thing. And I think like a lot of people in my community know this about me. Like, I abhor AI. And like, I get that more and more people are embracing it because of, you know, people being like, but technology and, you know, modernity. But I'm like, I don't see a need, right? Like, why? Why do that? Like, I feel like it makes light of all the people who have become or are disabled and are able to still create art. There are plenty of artists that have lost a limb that most would say is required for art. And yet they're still able to produce beautiful art with either their elbows or their feet. And I'm like, what's stopping you, right? Like, but there's Grok. I'm so bad at writing calligraphy, I would literally just give up. No, but Shama, look, it's not all perfect. Like look at this really bad oval that I did. And then I was like, okay, then I tried this one and I'm like, okay, that doesn't work. So we kept doing it. And then it kind of got better and then it got worse again. And then I was like, okay, it kind of got better, but then it got bad, but then it got better, and it got better, and it got more consistent, and then I messed up here, but then this was okay. And I'm like marking up my T, I did it wrong, right? This should go up higher and lower here, and then this should go out more. And I think that's just, you know, like, that's what practice is for, is to get better at it. So that's what I'm doing. I want to get better, so we're gonna practice. We can give up together? No, it's okay. I believe in you. I believe in you. Whole doubling down is what killed the site because a lot of writers felt the way you do. Yeah, and I do think that, you know, a lot of people, I feel, are using AI as an excuse now to not try. No one is good. And I think this is also like a great message about Analog August. Like, no one is born knowing how to do these things, you know? Like, you have to practice and you have to learn. Hold on, this one looks slightly awkward. I think it should be out a little bit more, just to make it a little bit more of an oval. But yeah, like, you have to really apply yourself and, like, yes, it's true that some people are talented and they just can. They can do it, right? Because they have this innate talent in them. But talent only takes you so far. And most people who are, you know, kind of like the top of what they do don't just rely on talent. They're also very persistent in their practice, you know, either like rigorously practicing or applying themselves to make sure that, you know, they are at the top of their game. And I think like, just because someone is talented doesn't mean that they don't work hard, right? And you saying, oh, you're so talented, I think invalidates all the hard work that someone's put in to a particular skill, right? Like, that's why whenever I give someone a compliment, especially like, oh my God, I see this a lot with my like cousin, because she's young. I like to tell her like, oh wow, like you worked so hard. Cause like she gets good grades all the time. And it's not like, I mean, she is smart, right? But it's not like she just knew how to do it. And like my whole family will be like, oh, you know, she's just such a smart girl. She's so well behaved. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's because, you know, she like wants to be. And that looks like B. She wants to be, and she worked hard at it. It's not just because. It doesn't happen just because, you know? To stick to cooking and brewing? Oh my gosh, what do you brew? Thank you for sharing the tea, Dragoon. I appreciate it. I would never have known this like niche outside of what I know, you know? Oh my God, wait, guys. The next, make sure your shading is less wide than the shaded part in the capital stem. Oh, I see. Okay, so this shading should be thinner than this. The capital stem should be, okay, I see, I understand. Okay, just to make it more balanced. Let's try one more line of T's then. Oh my God, but the next letter, the next capital letter, you guys, is the capital letter P. Then I can write the first part of my name. Okay. We'll make this line thick. Okay. And then this one. I think that's better. Yeah, okay, so I do need to bring that, maybe bring this down a little bit. Okay. As they say, practice makes perfect. At least that's what I say when I practice drawing. Exactly. I wish I could be good at drawing. I'm definitely not, but I understand that it's because I don't spend the time necessary to improve that particular skill, you know? And that's nobody's fault except for my own. I think that's looking good. Okay. Maybe I can start it just a little bit higher to start that curve. Root beer sodas? Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. I love root beer sodas. Oh my God, the other day, last week, my work brought like an ice cream truck to our office as a little sweet treat, right? The least they could do for making us work like hamsters in the actual office. But maybe I should start it down a little bit less. But they offered root beer floats on their menu, but by the time it came to my turn, they were all out of root beer floats. It was so sad. I was so sad and like slightly insulted because I was like, what, you couldn't even like make sure we had enough root beer floats for literally everybody? What do you mean? I think they just ran out of soda. Like, what do you mean you ran out of soda? How could you run out of soda, of all things? I'm being salty. Still slightly salty from it. good. That's not a bad T, you know, like that's not too bad. Maybe we can fit one more, like right here. Cool. Okay. T done. You don't always have to be hard on yourself too. A den full of snakes, how dare they? Being part of the sword and sorcery writing community honestly put me in a really interesting spot during that time. How come? Did you guys have certain opposing stances to that particular community? Practice makes permanent. Perfect practice makes perfect. Oh, yes, you are correct. If you're practicing wrong, it will be not good. But hello, Ash, how are you? Welcome in. Hello, hello. Hope you've been doing well. Reverse oval that ends in another curve. Okay, so the P, two elements to create the letter P. You can give your letter a nice touch by extending the final curve in your entry element after you've combined them. Extending the final curve in your entry element. A more stylized look. Okay, so I think, let's try. Okay, so P is a universal line of beauty, so it looks like this. Okay, and then a reverse oval followed by another oval on the other side. Okay, so a reverse oval, okay, it should be lower. It should be lower than the left side. Okay, so this needs to move up a little bit and this needs to move down just a little bit more. Okay. It exposed me a whole different world of publishing and magazines and had me appreciate the use of word count instead of page count. NaNoWriMo was a little easier to work in the mindset of word count at the time due to that, and then the whole thing happened and it was a conversation of the history of it prior it became an organization. I see. This is all very interesting. Thank you for the little history lesson. Okay, so here we should bring it up a little bit and down. That feels slightly not correct. Should be down further, maybe. Maybe down further. Okay, so here. Okay, so we will go here. Like that. Should it curve up again? It does curve slightly up. Okay, so maybe this needs to be like a little bit down more and then come back up. Okay, I can do this. Eventually, I will write the perfect P. And then we can write the first part of my name. Does it make, okay, I feel like, am I not going up high enough? It just feels like the proportions are slightly off. I think this needs more space. So if I were to correct this, it would be like this and then back down. Okay, let's try that. Okay. I think that looks slightly better. Just more space, maybe down a little bit more. And then back up. No way, chat, she's writing her name. I will. After this row of P's, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try writing the first part of my name. I think that looks good. Maybe I should post on like a forum specifically for critique, you know, and see what they'll say. Okay, we're doing it. I'm gonna write it. Okay, P. Okay. It's slightly off, whatever. Okay. R. I. N. C. S. S. Princess, I did it. I will practice the letter P a little bit more. Yam has seen me go on some of these tangents so many times. That's okay, you know, we're here, you know, chat is a fun place for people to hang out, to de-stress, and sometimes there are very interesting topics of conversation that we can be having, and that's okay. I love when chat goes on a tangent, and I love when I learn new things. So there's only so much that I can learn about the world in my limited, you know, access and worldview, and something that I may not find particularly interesting, when it's told to me by someone who is in that niche and someone who's very interested in it, it could change the way that I perceive it, you know? First stream, practicing my name. She did it! The calligraphy girl did it! It's true! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will take a bow. Thank you very much. Okay, unfortunately, it is, I'm looking at the time, almost 8:30. I do need to like get some food, and I do need to get ready for my FF14 rating because my static meets tonight. So we will call it here. Today we practiced our foundational strokes for lowercase, and we did all of the lowercase alphabet, and then we also practiced the capital stems for the majuscules, and then we have started on a few capital letters like T and P that use similar you know, entry strokes and capital stems. Thank you for the follow. I'll be posting this on my Twitter and tagging it, Blue Sky as well, and tagging it with Analog August. So hopefully you guys can follow along. I'll also be in Yam server. I will join tonight. I'll do it tonight. So that, you know, we can all share and go on this journey together. Hermes, can you move, please? Please. My dog's just in the way behind my seat. All right, it is time to go. So alas, I must find someone to raid into. But I had so much fun with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, a much slower paced stream. I know it's different from the usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed it here. There will be more streams like this in the next month as we go through Analog August. I'll try to make one stream a week, kind of in this mood atmosphere, so that we can all have a place to like relax, and you guys can work on your own thing for Analog August, or you guys can just listen along and, you know, hang out and chill. Very cozy, loved to chill for once. Thank you. I'm really happy that you enjoyed your time here, and I hope that you continue to enjoy your time here. I can tell you worked very hard to be this skilled. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you very much, Emma Burst. These piano songs you have playing are very cozy and relaxing. Yes, okay, so the songs were that I played today were from Big Rice Piano. He actually streams on Twitch as well. I think he does like compositions sometimes, so go check him out. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him at Offkai this year. Like randomly, I saw him pick up my business card from the table where people were leaving their business cards, and I was like, oh. Of course he didn't know it was me, so I was like, oh, do you like pink-haired VTubers? And I was like, oh, you actually picked up my card. And then I looked down at his name tag and I'm like, you're Big Rice Piano? Because I followed him for a while. And we just made that connection. It was really sweet. I'm not ready to part with the calligraphy stream. I'm sorry. Maybe you can rewatch an old calligraphy stream, or you could watch this calligraphy stream again from the beginning so you can stay with the comfy, cozy vibes while I'm gone. But let's see. Oh my gosh, speaking of a little comfy, a little cozy, I know it will definitely be a great place to chill. My friend Yui, who was here earlier, is actually streaming right now, and he's doing a writing and reading stream. So if you guys are interested in more comfy, cozy vibes, I can highly recommend my friend Yui. He has kind of like a sleepier voice than me, much deeper because he's a man. And he does have like also a very comfortable mood to his streams. So if you guys are looking to continue the vibes, we're gonna go over there for the evening. I'm gonna go ahead and post my raid message. If you guys are a subscriber, feel free to copy either raid message. Both will work if you are a subscriber. If you are not a subscriber, you will need to copy that second one with the doggy heads, because that one will actually show up. And we are going to go over to my friend Yui's stream. Let me pin his channel so that you guys don't get lost in case Twitch doesn't take you guys over. You know, sometimes it happens. But we're gonna be rating my friend Meandering Otaku. His name sounds like a rapper's, Big Rice Piano, or Meandering Otaku. As always, you guys, please be happy, please be healthy, but most of all, please be kind. Be kind to others, because you never know what a smile, hug, or hello can do for someone who's having a bad day. And be kind to yourselves. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Get up and stretch your legs every once in a while, because if you don't, you might get an embolism and then you'll die. And then we'll all be really sad. And you won't finish Analog August. You gotta find things to live for. My Analog August streams. All right, you guys? Thank you very much for hanging out with me, for chatting, for lurking. I appreciate all of it. Murdragoon, thank you for the follow. Wild Wolves, thank you for the follow. Janya Boy, thank you for resubscribing. I really appreciate it. Deccan, thank you for the raid in with your community. Warped, thank you for the follow. Hoshi, Julius, and Mr. Katsuya, thank you for the follow. Hoshi, thank you for the raid in. And KP, thank you for raiding in. It's Patau and Dragon Master, thank you for the follow as well. I really appreciate it, you guys. I will be streaming next on Sunday with my friends doing some voice acting for Danganronpa 3. So I will see you then. But until then, no embolisms, thank you. But until then, I'll see you later. Bye, good night.